Hey gamers, I am SyberSnack7. Hope we're all well, guys. Back again with another video and a bit of a SyberChat / update. As you've noticed, I've been AWOL for the past 2.5 weeks, and ever since the Manchester weekend, my work schedule has been solid. 12-hour shifts, working weekends, so it's been a pretty tiring couple of weeks for me. So that means not much chance to get any content up. Got plans for plenty of content, trust me, in the next few weeks, but that will come over time. Thankfully, it's calmed down a bit again, so it's given me a little bit of a respite, but they're still asking me to do 6 to 8 weeks, and I'm going to do it. You know me, I'm a machine, I love work, but I've got 2 weekends off in November. One at the beginning of the month. I've got the one weekend off because I've got my last day's holiday, and then at the 28th of November I will be heading down to Wolverhampton for the Revival, the Winter Warmer, which I'm really looking forward to. It's going to be the last gaming event for the year for me, and there's going to be some really top tubers going down there. Daz Cajonas Deloro, Matt Soulful Retro, Craig's here again, which I'll be travelling down with, and I found out that Toot UK is going down with his friend, which I'm really glad about because I didn't really get much of a chance to chat with his friend and Stu himself because he was all eyes on his daughter because he took his daughter to Manchester, which is understandable. He's got to keep tabs on his daughter, which is great. But I will see you there, mate, and we'll have a good old chin wagon and beer, no doubt. But yeah, Revival, looking forward to that at the end of the month. So apart from that, let's backtrack 2.5 weeks. Manchester went for the weekend, went down on the Friday, to be honest with you. And then Daz picked me up from Sheffield, drove back to his place, but on the way there, as you've seen in his video, we did find a local arcade and play the Star Wars arcade pod. Great experience to be enclosed in that pod, and you know the sound that you get and the pitch is absolutely fantastic game. But for me, a little bit too pricey because you had, I think, 5 or 6 levels on there, and you think for the £2 you're paying you can play until you die, but no, you've got to literally put £2 in per level. So I had a couple of goes and I thought that's enough for me. Pretty pricey for what it is, but still a fantastic experience. Really do advise, if you got one locally, have a go. It's great. But Daz, being Daz, he was hyped up for this machine, so he threw in a good tenner to get the full experience of it, and he enjoyed it thoroughly, which is fair play to him. I've got footage, but I really didn't think it was worthy of sticking up because, as I say, Daz has stuck some up and other people have stuck some up of this arcade pod, so you know, go check their videos out. You will get to see what it is actually like. It's a great machine. But from there we headed to back to his man cave, and then I checked out his games room, played some of his games, spilled tea all over his floor. We made a video specifically about the Sega Saturn, which hopefully you watched, because I've been having trouble with my Sega Saturn, my Skeleton Saturn. I recently bought Outrun, and it doesn't work on my Skeleton Saturn. So I've been thinking, after doing that video, about selling on my Skeleton Saturn and literally buying a nice, pristine, boxed, grey, original Saturn, where I've got no fears of the game's not working. So that's future plans. But anyway, I had a fantastic time at Daz's place. Really got to say thanks, mate, for inviting me over there. You know, just looking after me, you know, having a great weekend. But we went from there, we went to the hotel, which is conveniently about 5 minutes away from the Trafford Centre. We settled in, and then we walked round to the pub itself, the Witherspoon's pub, and we thought obviously we were going to be the first 2 there. We had bets on who we was going to actually see first, and we kind of agreed to the same person who was going to be there first, and we got it right. It was AD Sneaker Freak, but he was actually there first. He was sitting up in the higher, the above section of the pub. So he came down, we had a good chat with him, and then enrolled a few other guys, 3 that I'd never met before. Paul C, an Australian guy, lives in London. Great guy to talk to, full of stories, really nice chap. Matt Metropolis, which I'd never met before, another great guy. Rockstar Runner 7, first time meeting that guy, and he was with Gus Newton, and obviously Soul Funk Retro Matt got on like a house on fire straight away. And then a bit later we had, now I'm going to forget Rich King Retro on a road trip, and there was probably one or two more guys, and apologies I can't remember your name. It has been 2.5 weeks after all. But we all had great meals, we all had something to drink, and then we all headed down to the arcade on the night, had a few more beers, played the arcades a little bit more, ended up playing pool, and then me and Daz headed off roughly around 11:30ish. Some drank far more than others, AD. You ended up staying up more or less half the night, because I think I seen you for about 5 minutes actually on the Saturday, because you had a super hangover. Naughty boy. But anyway, we queued up nice and early, me and Daz, and then obviously we got in first because we had the tickets what got us in before, I think 10 o'clock I think. So got in there and had a quick glance around, stood at the bar, and I think that's where I've decided I've got to do things a little bit differently when I get to these events, because it's the case of I get to the bar, you talk to people. Don't get me wrong, I'm there for that reason, and that's where I say I'm there for, to meet and to chat to people. And it's not literally about going around the stalls. But I thought to myself after that weekend, I thought maybe it is. Don't get me wrong, there wasn't a great amount there, but I didn't really give myself the opportunity to think, right, get in there and then have a good hour walking around the stalls. Take your time, just look. There might be just that one little item that you want. And then the arcades as well. I neglected the arcades. I played the arcade. I played one arcade machine, and that was Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom. Really loved that game. I played it for 10 minutes, and I never went back to the arcades again. I headed to the bar, stood at the bar, and spoke to, obviously, loads of people. Retro Chef was there. Chrissy Shanks and Colewood in 37 was there. The old shotgun, Shock 16, turned up, and it was just like, you just get there. Oh, Alex, Nintendo Arcade, great to see that guy. Really had a nice conversation. Would have liked to spoke to him a little bit more. But also he's going to the Wolverhampton, so really looking forward to catching up with you, Alex. Absolutely, mate. But I had a great chat with a few guys up there, but it's one of those, and you stand at the bar and you spend a majority of the day at the bar. The beer was terrible. Absolutely disgusting, the beer was. It made me quite ill. I didn't really feel the best on the way home, because I was falling asleep in the back of Daz's car, giving me a lift home. But I truly didn't feel very well, to be honest with you, after that. So I won't be touching the beer at that event anymore unless it's bottled. That's a guarantee. But event-wise, it is what it is. You just go and you've got to make the best of the day. At the end of the day, you've got to make the best of what it is. As I say, rumours about it flying around, it's going to become a Comic-Con next year, but I was told firsthand that it's not, and it's still going to be the same event as it was this year. Only time will tell. We'll see next year. But as I say, it was just a bit of a blur for me. It was over before you knew it. But I walked away with something, and I grabbed myself. I had myself a nice gift given to me. Totally out the blue by Mr. Chrissy Shanks. And we're standing at the bar. Within 5 minutes, he goes, "I've got something for you." And I went, "Okay." Unexpected, but an amazing gift. And he pulled out of his bag the Sega Mega Drive and Genesis Collection Works, which is this. Now, I was originally going to get one of these, but I just never got around to it. Now, you're talking £40 a pop for probably one of these. And this is in amazing condition, and he pulls it out of his bag and goes, "There you go, that's for you." I couldn't believe it. But obviously, this is full of fantastic artwork, and it talks about the schematics of the machines and how it was made and all the peripherals made for it, the history of the Mega Drive technically, but absolutely awesome gift, and I can't thank you enough, Chris, for that. It's absolutely superb, mate. Easily one of the best gifts I've ever been given. So, superb, mate. Thank you very much for giving me that. So, there is the gift of the day for me. So, top one, Chris, for that. And then, as I say, didn't get to go around the venue that much, to be totally truthful. But on the way out, I was determined to pick myself up something. So, in the end, I picked myself up a peripheral for the Master System. It's not just the games I'm after, I do want all the peripherals as well. And I managed to pick myself one of these up, which is the Sega Light Phaser, complete in box with the pristine game with the triple packing, the marksman shooting. I can't think what they were actually. Where are they? Oh, the marksman shooting, the FBI and trap shooting technically, but the box and the insides are all really nice in condition. Cost me about £30, so it's another nice peripheral to get. I've got another couple more to get. Those two are going to be slightly more difficult to find, but we'll get to that in time. But still, a memento from Manchester. As I say, I don't go there nowadays planning on buying lots of things because obviously my taste and my money needs to go to other collections. Obviously my Super Nintendo more importantly. But that's about it, guys. I had a fantastic weekend. Great to meet you all. Great to see you. Looking forward to Wolverhampton and to the guys that are going down. If you're going down, please leave a comment. Let me know. And, it'd be great to meet you down in Wolverhampton on the 28th. That's about it for me, guys. It's just keeping it simple. I've got videos coming. I've got a couple of more Super Nintendo games I need to wrap up this year with. And Man vs Master System, another 10 is on the shelf, ready to go. An Amiibo video, which is in the works, but I just can't. I just need to do it. But the thing is, it's getting to the point where I've ordered some more. I'll wait for them to turn up, and then I'll do the video. And then a couple more come out. I'll wait for them to come out. So it's just built up to an immense amount of Amiibos. So it's either going to be a week of Amiibo videos, or it's going to be one long video. I might call it Amiibo the Movie. So keep your eyes out for that one. But that's it for me, guys. As I say, just a quickie, even though it's nearly 12 minutes long. Just a quickie to let you know that I'm still around. Videos are coming. I had a fantastic weekend. Now, this weekend is going to be the Halloween weekend for the arcade club. I would have loved to have been there, but I just want to say to you guys who are going, have a fantastic time there. It's going to be brilliant. I'd love to have gone to the Leeds retro market as well, but unfortunately, I promised the wife that I would take her somewhere, and I'm true to my word. I've got to look after my wife at the end of the day. Without her, she's good to me. She wouldn't, most fellas' wives would not let them do what I get to do. You know what I mean? I get to do a lot, so I'm quite lucky in that respect. But as I say, I did promise to take her out this weekend, and that's what I'm going to do. So you guys who go to the arcade club, have a fantastic time, guys. I want to see plenty of videos. I want to see what this Leeds retro market's like. And I'll be heading there myself next year as well, because there's one in January, and then there's the big in February or March, I think. So two great venues I'm going to be looking forward to going to next year. So guys, listen, I'm going to leave it there. Enough waffle. 30 minutes long. I'm well, I'm good. I'll be back with videos. As always, I am SyberChat. Keep playing, guys. Keep watching. And I'll see you soon. All the best.